Hi everybody, it's Martin at Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm trying a very simple saltwater fly for you. It's really effective. It's Popovic's Jiggy. The hook I'm using is a Mustad Signature S74 SMPDT. It's a size 2, but you can tie them. I tie these down to about a 4. It's a long shank hook, so you can tie them at 4 or 6. And you can tie them up a bit bigger as well. They're really effective. Slightly different action from a clouser minnow. Thoroughly recommended fly. Probably my favourite actually. Like sort of general prospecting pattern. There we go. And I've just got some O2O lead wire there in behind the cone to help sort of add a little bit extra weight. You could use a tungsten cone, but I don't want it as heavy as that. And then the thread I'm using is just clear monofilament. Make sure everything's pushed up nice and tight behind the cone there. And I'm just going to trim my excess thread. Then a wee bit of super glue, just to help the monofilament thread sort of grip more. Gives you a nice solid connection to the hook. Just get a wee tap, make sure everything's dry. So the underside, I'm using some I'm using super hair for this. It's a super hair jiggy, and I'm just taking some white super hair. You can use ultra hair as well. It's basically the same stuff. There is a slight difference in the sort of crinkle and the heaviness of the fibre, but to all intents and purposes it doesn't really matter from a fishing point of view. So I've just got a length and I've folded it over to give me my belly section. I'm going to just square off the ends at the tying point. And just offer them up and let the thread sort of pull the ends in behind the cone. Take a few tight wraps to secure it in place. Now at this stage I like to just sort of come in and so I've just put the taper in the belly section, and it sort of helps set the length. I find it easier to cut the belly first, and then that's me. I've got my length for the rest of the fly. For the flash, I'm just using some pearl flashabou, just dead standard. You can use anything. Mirage, whatever you like really. So I've got, I don't know, 10 strands here, maybe 8. Just got to lay them in so they're slightly longer than the super hair. Take a turn over them, fold them back, try to sort of get them on top. These aren't really behaving very well for me. And lay them down. And if you can just wet them with a bit of saliva just to sort of control them if they're unruly. The top or the back, the dorsal side of the fly, I'm using tan. Sort of anchovy like. The one I had in the vise before was a wee sort of greyback, at the start. See there. That's probably my favourite colour combination actually. It's the same again, just folding it in half, sort of reduce the waste a wee bit. Obviously if you're tying them bigger or smaller, you might not need to half it. And you can just use your thumbnail to force it behind the cone. Tidy things up a wee bit. And make sure everything, you can still sort of push and pull a wee bit here, just to make sure everything's sort of got to be in the top side of the fly, which is in the hook bend side. And then eyes, just whatever eye you like's fine. The size will vary depending on the size of fly. Just take a wrap of the clear thread over them. You don't need to be concerned about obscuring the eye end. This thread just disappears when you get the resin on it. Then a quick whip finish. When the tie-in is done, just come in and taper the top, so I've got a sort of nice bait fishy shape. Trim away my excess thread and grab my UV resin, and I'll just come in and get a bead all the way around. Don't go crazy, it's just to sort of create a bit of flow in the pattern. If you like, and you can actually let it creep back slightly onto the ultra hair if you want. And you'll start to see it will start to get the shape. And then I just turn my vise slowly. Take my bodkin there, it's a wee bit on the cone. Now when you get the shape you want, hit it with a light. Just give it plenty of time to cure. And that's basically it. The jiggy's done. Because I've used the UV, I always come in and just got a bit of head cement or nail polish over the top of it, and I just let it run over the cone as well. It doesn't do any harm. And that's it. It's a really effective little fly, especially if you're fishing sea bass or like small grouper love it as well. It's got a very nice action in the water. You can tie them in different colours. You Here's, I mean, this is a pink version that's quite good for halibut. Pink, plenty of flash. You can tie them a bit slimmer and longer as a sand eel. Up to you. I mean, it's a very nice style of fly. It's a bit more snag resistant than a clouser minnow. And I really enjoy fishing them. I hope that you can tie some up and catch some fish on them, because they really are a very good pattern. I'm just adding a wee gill detail with a red pen here. That's entirely optional, but I quite like it. So there you go. I hope that was useful. If it was, don't forget to give me a thumbs up below, and remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.